As I knew I should, he would be alive today. The knowledge is almost too much to bear. A pall has fallen over my existence, and I'm not sure it will ever lift, nor do I want it to. I don't want to move on and be happy if Kindle isn't with me. I wish I could find comfort in your God. I have tried, but there is no solace, no voice speaking to me. I don't blame him. I've ignored him for years. To only call out when I'm in pain. He is rightly angry with me, and truth be told, I'm angry with him. I am sure you visited with Kindle before the trial, and he possibly told you the story of his capture. Rosamund Barclay helped me escape at Kindle's request, she says. I still don't believe her, but both being orphans with no friends, we have come to the conclusion that having each other is better than no one. At least, that is the conclusion I have come to. I suspect Rosamund genuinely likes me. I cannot fully trust her yet. Maybe in time. We have settled in Cheyenne. We get along tolerably well. She seems to have found a genuine happiness and has lost the hard edge of her personality I've known from the beginning. She and Cheyenne are kindred spirits, both working hard to polish off their rough edges into some semblance of civility. Rosamund is a painter and has opened a sign business and is doing well enough that she has obtained the respectability she craved in a short time. I am nursing the portion of the population the doctor refuses to care for and working towards saving enough money so I can return east to see you, pay my respects to Kindle's grave, and continue on to my family in England as originally planned. My days have fallen into a rhythm. Waking, making breakfast, cleaning up, going across the tracks to visit patients, stopping by the Post's general store on the way home to pay down on the gun they sold to me at a high interest rate after I confessed to stealing it. I do not feel safe without one now. Picking up orders for Rosamund and whatever supplies she needs, returning home to fix a late lunch. The afternoons are filled with suture practice. I have transitioned from needlepoint to working on a dead piglet to more closely mimic human flesh, and walks around town. Occasionally, I will stretch canvas on frames for Rosamund or do other odd jobs to help her stay on top of her thriving sign business and fledgling portrait business. Kindle is never far from my mind. When I am alone, tears prickle my eyes and flow freely down my cheeks during whatever task I perform. I fall asleep crying and wake crying. If Rosamund sees my red eyes each morning, she doesn't mention it, a small gesture of grace I appreciate. Every day, as I walk through this new life, as I talk and smile and cook and sew and visit my patients, I think, this is the life I should have had with Kindle. Then realize it was the life I argued with him about, that I pushed back against. At this moment, I would gladly give up my profession for a routine day with Kindle. I finally had the courage to write because I need a favor. Do not be indignant. The favors aren't for me. A woman named Portia Bright and I have started teaching women to read, prostitutes specifically. These are women who have no hope of any life but servicing men and dying in a filthy crib, either from being beaten by a John or by an overdose of opium. It's our hope that a little bit of education will allow them to leave the life and stand on their own. Most of these women just want to feel valued and have someone see them as something other than a body to be used. Teaching them to read and write is a small step on a long road. Will we be successful? I do not know, but I am convinced that I need to try. I have seen so much death, been responsible for too much, that I want to be responsible, if even in a small way, for bringing hope into someone's life. We are in the process of raising money for a library in Cheyenne, and the committee chair has promised that a portion of the money will be spent on readers. Until then, we are reading out of the Bible and using the few books we can borrow from other women in town. If you have any books from your library to spare, it would be greatly appreciated. There is a woman here a Negro prostitute who is pregnant, most likely with a white man's child, though it could be a Chinaman or a Negro's child as well, and does not want to keep the baby. For the cost of a one-way ticket, I have offered to bring the baby to you and your orphanage. I can't think of a safer place for a child such as this. She should have the child in a couple of months, and I will leave as soon as possible. Cheyenne is pleasant enough as frontier towns go, but I cannot seem to feel settled here, no matter how routine my days are. My body hums with a nervous energy, a need to move, to escape. Please telegram if I and the baby are not welcome, so I can make other arrangements for the child. With warmest regards, Laura. What's this I hear about you amputating a man's foot? Good morning to you too, Amelia, I said. I noticed Lily Diamond across the large open-sided tent bustling over to us. The sun was rising in a burst of orange and pink on the eastern horizon as the town readied for a spring festival to benefit the future library. Instead of a staid fundraiser in the confines of one of the numerous Cheyenne hotels, the committee had planned it as an outdoor spring festival, celebrating the end of a long, cold winter. It was a brilliant move, as almost every resident of Cheyenne, regardless of class, occupation, or color, had been buzzing about the fair for weeks. Amelia Post, as chairwoman of the library committee, was everywhere at once, but made time to quiz me about an event I had hoped to keep secret for a while longer. 3 weeks after visiting Calico Row the first time, I'd returned one early evening dispensing mercury to the afflicted whores, and talking about the importance of using sheaths consistently for protection against venereal disease and pregnancy, and offering to teach the women to read. The latter suggestion received as much teasing and scorn as the suggestion of using sheaths, but I saw cautious interest beneath their brittle, suspicious exterior, and suspected that in time, they would come around.